Okay, this is review guide number 2 for the trig unit, and we'll start with number 1 here. Positive and negative coterminal angle for the angle of negative 250 degrees. Well, coterminal angle means that if you have an angle somewhere, you need to, let's say, just pretend it's this angle, you need to get it back to that angle. Okay, well, negative 250 degrees, to get back to negative 250 degrees, you need to add one rotation of a circle around there. So we're going to add one rotation, which is 360 degrees. So 360, or negative 250 plus 360 is 110 degrees. So since 110 is positive, that will give us a positive coterminal angle. Now we need a negative coterminal, so we need another degree that is in the negative side. So we added 360, so we got out of the negative, so we can't add 360 again. We have to go back to the original angle of negative 250 and subtract 360 degrees. So that is going to be a negative 610 degree angle. So here's our positive and here's our negative. Find a coterminal angle between 0 and 360 degrees. So whatever our answer is, the number has to fall between 0 and 360. So since 600 is above 360, we need to get back to 360. So we're going to subtract 360 because that's the only way to get into the interval of 0 and 360. So if we take 600 and subtract 360 from it, we will get 240. Since 240 lies between 0 and 360, that is our answer for number 2. Okay, number 3, draw the sketch of each angle. Be sure to show the direction. Okay, 225 degrees. So it's positive, so we want to start on our x-axis. Positive direction goes counterclockwise. So if we go up 90, we're up this straight here, where we have 90 degrees. Here's 180, so we're still not to 225. And then 180 plus 90 is 270. So since this is 270 degrees and this is 180 degrees, 225 lies in between this these two angles. So what we're going to do is figure out how much farther past 180 is 225. So you can do that by taking 225 minus 180. And when you do that, you get 45 degrees. So since 180 and 270 has a difference of 90, 45 is right in the middle. So this is our 225 degree angle. And make sure you show your directions. You're going this way. Okay, number 4. Find the coordinates of the point where the terminal side of each angle intersects the unit circle. So you need to know that the coordinates of a point are the cosine of the angle, comma, sine of the angle. Cosine is your x, sine is your y. So you need to just take the cosine of negative 160 and the sine of negative 160 to get these coordinates. Now when you do this in the calculator, you have to make sure, since we're dealing with degrees, you have to make sure we're in degree mode. So again, check your mode. It is in degree. Always check your mode. And we can just do the cosine of negative 160. And that's negative 0.9 rounded to the nearest tenth. And to get the y value, we can just do sine of negative 160. And that will give us negative 0.3. So this is negative 0.3. Okay, number 5, write in radians. Leave your answer in pi form. So we need to convert 30 degrees into radians. So what I'm going to do is multiply the 30 degrees by pi over 180, because in the unit circle there are pi radians in 180 degrees. That's our conversion. So we want the degrees to cancel, so we will put the degrees diagonal from each other, so the degree unit cancels, and we're left with 30 pi over 180. We can reduce that. 3 goes into 18 6 times, so pi over 6 radians is our solution, or is our conversion. And just the opposite, if we have a radian measure, which is pi over 4, and this is radians, we want to multiply so that the radians will cancel out. So we know that there are pi radians in 180 degrees. So we put the radians diagonal from each other. Those cancel. We're left with the degree, and that's what we want. The pi's will also cancel. So we just have 180 divided by 4, and 180 divided by 4 should be 45, and it is 45 degrees. So pi over 4 is 45 degrees. Okay, going on to number 7. Use special right triangles to find the exact coordinates of the point where the terminal side of the angle intersects the unit circle. Okay, so we went around the unit circle, negative 330 degrees. So we need to figure out what this angle right here is. So to do that, we're going to take 360 and subtract 330 to see how much farther we have to go to get back to 360. And that's 30 degrees. So this angle right here is 30 degrees. And I'm going to create my right triangle. I'm going to transform this larger over here so you can see it better. So this is our triangle. This is the 30-degree angle. Here's our right angle. Okay, so and this is 1 because it's the radius of a unit circle. We need to find this side over here and this side over here to find out what the coordinates of this point are right here, x, y. So to get x, we need this side, which is across from 60, and to get y, you need this side over here, which is across from 30. Well, since I have my hypotenuse, I can use the 30, 60, 90 HSL chart that we learned in geometry, and you can take the hypotenuse is double the side across from the 30-degree angle, so this would have to be 1/2 because that's half of the hypotenuse, and then 60 is 1/2 times radical 3, so that would be radical 3 over 2 if we simplified that expression. And we're in the first quadrant. Both the x value is positive and the y value is positive, so our answer for this problem is positive radical 3 over 2 because that's our x value, comma y value is 1/2. So radical 3 over 2 comma 1/2 is the exact value of the coordinates.